Dude, I'm hitting the emergency button here. This is late it says now. Just listening to DOGGIE Diamond's TV. He's just put a video up. Latest one on KRS1. Dude's in Birmingham now, talking shit and talking in defense of hip hop, saying if you attack Bamba, you're attacking hip hop, and you gotta leave hip hop if you're on that so type of thinking. You know, you want to attack Bamba, I didn't step out of hip hop. This is the latest I'm hearing. I haven't heard the actual words out of KRS's mouth himself. But dude's spent, he's finished. I don't know where he's coming from, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to DOGGIE Diamond's TV. Them dudes are through with him, you know what I'm saying? And come on, man, DOGGIE Diamond's TV represents a good voice in hip hop, so, you know, let's not mess around here. It's you know, KRS, you're in the country of my birth talking that shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm not proud of the country of my birth and its culture and its heritage and history. But now you want to run and leave your fucked up states and go to England and talk that shit, you know what I'm saying? You go down to London now, Brixton, and talk that shit, you know? Go down to Hackney where niggas is hardcore and you know, go to the inner, you know, suburbs in London, talk that shit, man. Go to Brixton Academy and run a lecture there and talk that shit. Dude, they're gonna fucking throw fucking bottles at you, man. Eggs. Rotten fucking eggs, tomatoes, fucking the lot, dude, at your ass. You know, I'll take the piss out of the English, because the English, you already said on a video that, you know what I'm saying, you know, us English are a little bit fucking off the chain when it comes to hip hop. Now, bear those words in mind, KRS, and be careful how you move, because, you know, on the streets, you know, I say, you know, I already said, Paedophile has a big role to play in the rings that I run out of London, you know, and you know I'm gonna go out with fucking hat on here and fucking fucking protection devices and throw the BBC in as well. We already know, you know, that the BBC are fully compliant with the practices and running of paedophile rings in England. And all you presenters are up there and just let it go on and do what you're doing, you know, and up there on that TV smiling and laughing with motherfuckers like nothing ain't happened. You know, you all saw Jimmy Savile come and go. You know, Jimmy Savile wasn't through with people, with children when they were dead. He went into hospitals and run that necrophiliac fucking shit on them. Come on, man, this is sick shit. You know, it's hell on earth. And where I am, hell means a different thing. You know, I don't want to go into that. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm shocked. I'm appalled that KRS has now taken his whole campaign to England. I don't know where you think you're going to get support from out there, dude. Really and truly, man. You're sick. You're off the chain. You're just as bad, if not worse, as Bamba. Yeah? Somehow your mind control program is fucking broken down. Yeah? You know, I just heard DOGGIE Diamond's speak of a narcissistic mentality. Now, we're talking about a narcissistic mentality.
But no, this is real, this is true. Now, we're sitting here with no evidence, no conviction, nothing but accusation.
And when the narcissistic mentality takes control of a situation, we got problems, man. You got problems. You're not banging a hammer into a piece of wood that is really stone, concrete, hard stone. You know, it looks like a piece of wood, but you're banging that nail in, and it's just a rock. You know, as far as you can see, it's a piece of wood. This is a whole illusion that we've been given us and spell that have come out of Hollywood, and now, well, it's over for this nigga. And here's why. Pay very careful attention.
Grandmaster Flash then goes on to put out a group called the Furious Five. Two members of the group, Cowboy, I'm the C-O-W-B-O-Y.
That's Cowboy, now. So he goes on to mention the other members. So two, nah? Then he adds the 2 to the 5, which gives you a 7. Okay, and then the best bit's coming up at 1606 on this video.
And Melly Mel, you may know him from The Message. It's like the jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going.
And then Tin, right now he's got the two balls busting at each other. That's a satanic red ball symbol. TIN, I've got to break that down. On Geometra, 29 and 14. No? That's T plus I plus N. You word it out. Right now, I'm just trying to get this shit done here. Right. So that's the 2. You can mention the 2 now.
Two guys in particular.
There you go. There you go. So subtle. He gets that thing over the eye. He gets it right in the eye, and then he's looking through the hole between his thumb and forefinger with one eye. And why he had to do that, I don't know, man. Let's back up a bit. 1505 is too early. This is so subtle. Such a subtle sign, it really is. No, we've gone too far. 1605. Okay, so he drops it now. Whoa! Hollywood, and now we've seen it in hip hop. You know, I've just watched an old school MTV documentary for hip hop. I see all you in it. I see Chuck D in it. I see all you dudes in it. Now, as far as I'm concerned, you're all actors and all Hollywood fucking extras being paid in a music industry. That's all. You know, Tupac said it. He's an actor. He took the role as a rapper on second. You know, his first priority was acting. Everything you saw with that shit was an act. Okay? You know, Star Chamber claims that Tupac threw down. He threw down. You know, Troy Terrain. I watched Troy Terrain saying Tupac threw down. Is this rapper? I'll come to his name in a minute. I can't remember. You know, he's done a diss on Tupac. They ain't Machiavelli bullshit. You know, Chris Kidd. You know, Chris Kidd. He had Chris Kidd running Chris Kidd on his show, and Chris Kidd broke it down. You know what I'm saying? You know, anybody can go bang bang. And shoot niggas in the grill. You know, I've had guns in my face in London. You know what I'm saying? Whether they were real or not, I don't know. Cat rolling up and thought it was funny to pull a fucking gun out of my ass. You know, hold that shit in my grill. The nigga thought that was funny. You know, I had a psychopath do that as well. A gat. Came in my house with a gat. You know, my doors have been shot in London. You know, I've had motherfuckers across the road, Somalians across the road from me, shot in the point blank range. You know, so we're not fucking around, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I'm just pissed. I'm really pissed. Like I said, you know, we've been given a drug. We're all being dependent on that drug, and now that drug is beginning to fuck us up. And that's hip hop, which I'm choosing not to be a part of. I said that already, you know what I'm saying? Fuck hip hop. So if KRS wants us to up and out of hip hop, dude, let's open the door and let's all walk through that door. I don't know, a single file or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? We can all rush through one time if we want. But, you know, main thing, let's get the fuck out. You know, let's all jump the fuck out. Raise your hands if you hate hip hop. That's where I'm coming from now. You know what I'm saying? With my messed up dread Bob Marley shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's the only nigga I can give any credibility right now. Yeah, that kept it real. You know? Bob Marley kept it real. Yeah? If you want to give an accolade to anybody in the last 50 years, 40 years, or whatever, you know? I mean, it's messed up, man. It's all gone to pieces. You know what I'm saying? Big up the fam. You know, there's a lot of fans, and then please, one of Bob Marley's grandsons has named himself Bambaataa. You know, he's put the name Bambaataa in the middle. I'm shocked. You know, please get that name out. Please don't go by that name anymore, dude. You know what I'm saying? Because you come from a pure and natural stock. Yeah, and don't taint yourself with the music industry. Damien, I don't know, maybe you've gone a little bit too deep now. You know, you're hanging around with the Rihannas and all that lot. You know, Ziggy, come on, man, take care of your son. You know, depot his name. If you put Bambart with his name, please take his name out. It's off the chain. So, KRS is now in England, in Birmingham. Like I said, take that shit to London, nigga, you get stoned. I'm telling you, man, you'll get stoned. They'll fuck you up out there, man. You know, you want to claim you know everything and know everybody. I heard you say you know every borough in England, and Tim Westwood told you, well, dude, for 6 years you ain't in the country, you want to talk about what's going on in London. You know, I'm not even bigging up Tim Westwood. You know, the dude sent me a plaque from Radio 1, you know, from Def Jam. You know, a presentation plaque, and I feel really bad going at Tim Westwood now in support of KRS because they wouldn't play his tracks. You know, on Radio 1. And Radio 1 is BBC, and it's BBC, Paedophile Central. So you're all involved. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If you're Tim Westwood or anybody else that's in league with the BBC or anything with what the BBC are doing, dude, you know, you're in it. You're in the whole paedophile soup. Don't forget, it's a big ring. It's a massive paedophile ring. And it's, you know, governments, politicians, radio broadcasters, whatever, actors, rappers, you know, you're all involved. You're all involved. You're all talking about you want to get your props for whatever, you know, your platinum disc, you know, and then you're willing to do everything for it, you know. And, you know, I'll cross anybody that goes on, you know, as soon as Kanye hit the BBC, I'll cross that nigga out. You know, as soon as Eminem hit the BBC on Jonathan Ross, wrote a song about that, I scratched him out, man. You know what I mean? London is the filter you have to go through, like all the bad money, to get any kind of recognition before you go back to your states. You know, make it big out there, man. You got to get involved with all the shit and fucking nastiness and the drugs and the mind control program, the NK Ultra program, which has governed everything. It's governed the 2 world wars. You know, everything is not as you think. I don't want to go through that because, you know, we're coming out on a different side of things. You know, we've got time now before it all fucking goes shits up to say, well, fuck this. You know, fuck these governments, fuck these private corporations that now run governments. Fuck the music industry that are pushing paedophilia, drugs, and transsexuality. You know, this crossed Alistair Crowley, Albert Pike fucking shit type fucking thing, and are running governments and every fucking thing else. You know, I've concluded that Sex and Violence, the album by BDP, is all Crowleyist. It's all Crowley worship. You know, and that's all they're all doing. They're all doing this 777 Crowley fucking worship shit. Okay? It's a spell, it's a religion. You know, Brooklyn Marley, you're bang on it, you know what I'm saying? It's a religion. George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic. You don't get a recognition. You're a piece of shit and a coward if you don't comply to the game and follow all the occultic rituals. You know, to get your money and your big houses and whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, that you can't now back out of. You know, the Prince thing we already know already was a transgender thing with his double symbolic meanings, you know, with the male symbol and the female symbol crossing each other, building a guitar out of these principles, wearing purple, which is the fusion of 2 colors, making, you know, red and green, I don't know, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Red and blue. You know, the mixing of these two dichotomies that are fusing into one new one. They're trying to build a third child, and the third child ain't got a cock and it ain't got a pussy either. You know what I'm saying? You know, this third child has no gender. You know, and Doggy Diamonds TV, they spoke of the narcissistic culture, everything that's going on now. And KRS1 is suffering from 100% narcissistic syndrome. To be talking the way he's talking, you know what I'm saying? You know, back up, fuck out hip hop if you want to go out Bambara, dude, man. And this is how narcissism works. You can't, you know. I say there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, I want to say there's nothing you can do about it. There's plenty of things you can do about it. And that might often involve taking people out, you know, put them on an island somewhere or some secluded spot where they can't harm fucking touch nobody anymore. You know, you're getting into funny areas. You know, you're getting into now. We've been through that already with death camps and all that shit. So that's all coming back anyway. You know, FEMA camps galore, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Wherever your prospective land base is, you'll have your FEMA fucking camp there. Don't worry about that because it's all coming. You know, we're gonna have big storms, big waves, maybe a massive EMP. I don't know who is getting ready to all get flushed out because they want to fold the system up. Now that's going too deep. You know, let's stick back to hip hop culture because this all leads to the Big Bang, to this big fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You know, the world ain't got no fucking have no fun anymore. Let's fucking blow the whole thing up. But what KRS has done now is confirmed, really, you know, this acceptance of doing the worst shit possible to get into a higher place. So KRS has confirmed that. So, you know, I don't know if his mind control program is chip fucking whatever the fuck has gone out of fucking sync. It seems like it because there's nothing they have nothing installed for this kind of backlash. It's all supposed to go good and smooth. Niggas supposed to do his fucking bullshit lectures and be continually sucking African Bambaataa cock at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. Every time he's holding a mic in his face, he's holding a Bambaataa phallus in his fucking hand. You know, dude, I'm fucking sorry, man. You know, I want to edit this thing and shit because, dude, I'm pissed, man. I'm off the radar. I'm pissed. You know what I'm saying? I'm pissed with it. Like I said, dude's mind control chip has fucking synced out, and there's nothing that this particular device can do for him to install a compassionate side, you know, a side that is sympathetic towards the victims of paedophilia and oppressive mind control himself. You know, one can only conclude that KRS is a part of that program. You know, like I said, you know, he was saying he lived across the road and call her. I'm like, dude, you know, that's a romance story that you couldn't even dream up. We're talking about how a whole culture developed and became $1 billion selling genre called hip hop. And like I said, numerologically, we can see HH, you know, 88. You know, the 88 is very significant if we're talking about systems that want to function on a genocide type population control basis. I can go on and on and on. It's crazy. Dude, get books, look at other videos, other motherfuckers can tell you and explain things. You know, I'm trying to keep it grounded as far as a hip hop point of view. KRS1's mind control program is broken down, and there's nothing they can give him to sort out his mind control program. This is it. You get a run, you know. You get a run until everything. The Prince said, "Oh, I thought, you know, I had a little time left, but apparently not." And the Prince is another one that says sometimes he can't remember that he done a show the previous night. So who else is doing that show for him? This comes back to the clone thing and stuff like that, which I don't really want to go into because, you know, you're trying to give these people that are trying to fuck up the whole creational system and the whole creation idea, which is impossible. They can't because it means fucking your own self in the ass at the same time. You know, they've lost the plot. Of course they've lost the plot because they're not gonna. They're not even talking about their own survival. They're talking about the annihilation of the human species. You know, And there's no way that they'll be allowed to fucking actually copy a human being to be the human being he was before he was cloned. You know, is that just my opinion, or can that be a fact? It doesn't matter. You know, that's all coming anyway. You know, androids and robotics and stuff like that, and things that are on a fleshy type of nature but are still machines. We are machines in ourselves, the way we function. And you know, with electric things down on our brains and parts of our bodies, you know, the nervous system and everything else is an electrical system. You know, but they want to go one step better and go into cryogenics and do eugenics and you know, and all that other stuff, you know, and talk about, you know, the whole Frankenstein system, you know. And KRS, I'm sorry, man, he's a victim of it. He's a victim of it. His chip does not comply to compassion. His chip will not let him comply to the compassion where people feel an emotion or an empathy or anything like that. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Dude is stone cold, you know. And dude must be a homosexual. He must be a homosexual. You know, people have said, oh, he's got a wife, and you know, and he's accused MC Shannon going at his wife. Well, could his wife just be his handler, his mind control handler? You know, we've never seen anything, and there's also reports that saying he's got a daughter. You know, well, could his daughter be out of a laboratory, out of a test tube somewhere, and they've just been installed with the family? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? You know, because they're all coming out. You know, KRS, I don't know how old he is now, in his 50s or late 40s. I don't know, dude. I don't know. And it's funny that us of the 50s, born in the 60s, you know, are going through a phase of having to, I don't know, some of us, I'm going back 30 years in my life and discovering things. You know, this whole thing is taking the whole thing back 30 years. This whole revelation on Bambaataa and Ronald Savage being 51 years old, you know, crying like a 10-year-old boy, and all this stuff. You know, we've gone back 30 years somehow. I don't know. Something is throwing us back in the time loop. And then, you know, it's even allowed people like Star Chamber to pull out albums like Sex and Violence and the track 13 and Good, you know. I asked myself, is that anything to do with CERN? Could CERN have jumped to time frequency in all of us that had made us go back and look at things from back there? Or is it CERN itself given these elites 30 years or more time to get on the right timeline to change everything? People already said things have changed. You know, Bible text has changed and stuff like that. You know, and it's a weird thing we're going through right now, and it's, you know, it's a new discovery now. Looking back over the history of hip hop, I mean, they do it themselves. They come out of the movie NWA, you know, the new NWA movie. You know, they're calling back the 90s and the late 80s and everything else themselves. You know, Back to the Future from 1985. You know, that was 2015. So now, you know, I do ask myself, what's going on here? And we're having a lot of people are finding themselves looking at the world, reassessing what we've taken on and absorbed over the last 30 years, especially dudes now in their 50s, you know, like Star Chamber and myself even. You know, I'm not out there trying to be no young motherfucker no more, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. You know, and we're talking about 40-year-old late people in their late 40s and 50s, you know. And KRS in the last 30 years going around talking his shit. Now he's talking more shit. He's in England, where I was born, talking that motherfucking shit now, dude. And I'm saying, you take that shit down to London, dude, and that's gonna be a different fucking story. Man, nigga, you have to hide under a fucking bridge or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know, dude. You know, fuck you and your fucking pedophilic motherfucking shit mindset. You know what I'm saying? Your lack of compassion and shit. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying fuck homosexuality. You know? I'm saying, because, you know, what people are doing now with homosexuality is taking it a lot. But people that are normally homosexual, and I say normally homosexual, you know, they don't have this bullshit. They live their lives, they got their partners, you know, whether they choose to adopt children or not. You know, I probably got more respect for homosexual partners that say, well, let's keep children out of it, you know, because we're not really part of the same progressive line as the male and female who are bringing new children to the world, you know. But then there's a lot of abandoned children. Why shouldn't homosexual couples adopt children, you know? But then should it be said that they, when homosexual couples adopt children, teach them the normal practices of male and female existence? I don't know. You know, you see, different can of worms there when you try to moralize and then when you legalize a sexual behavior or you know, deregulate it or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Then we're talking about a physical function that's got nothing to do with laws and regulations or governments or anything like that. And it's all thrown in there. It's all thrown in there. It has to be thrown in there because governments now will legislate on marriage and tax systems around marriage and children, everything else. You know what I'm saying? But there's no getting away from that in that regard. But let me get back to the point. You know, we're not talking about homosexuality. We're talking about an agenda that's taking homosexuality and putting it on another level. You know, and putting it in the camp with paedophilia and everything else. And since the multicolored flag has been flying around and painted all over the White House and all over the motherfucking place, the motherfuckers are putting it on their Facebook profile, the paedophile organizations have stepped up and said, well, listen, we want to have a look in as well. Why shouldn't we have a look in? You know, we want to have a say as well as to whether we can fucking 13-year-old girls and children or not. You know what I'm saying? Disney was trying to do that back in the 30s and had problems with people that didn't, you know, agree with the idea that he should want a campaign to get the permission for sex for children down to a minimal age. You know, Disney was trying to get that, I don't know, down to 13, 12 or 9 or what, some ridiculous shit. You know what I'm saying? Now we should all know what Disney is about, and we should all know to take our children away from fucking Disney type fucking setups. You know, the Michael Jackson thing, you know, and everything else. You know, Neverlands and all that lot. You know, Neverland was no different from Disneyland. It was Disneyland, Neverland, and everything else. You know, I don't know what happened at Paisley Park. You know what I'm saying? But you're all sexually fucking pervert. I give a fuck. Otherwise, you wouldn't have success, and that's how you get down. You get down. You're on your crowdiest fucking all that shit. That's how you get down. That's how you get to the positions of what you call success. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you look at all these people, rock stars, musicians, everything, and call them successful if you like. They've had success in the reverse sense, you know. As a child, I had an experience with Black Sabbath, you know, and that's another long story. I won't go into that, you know, the face on a truck. All that, you know. I was actually in their studio. It's the first time I fucking played drums, age 13, 14. You know, I could ask myself what I was doing there. What the fuck was I doing there? You know, how did I fucking end up there? On a little farm in Bishampton in Evesham, near Wales. You know, there's only 3 of us, 3 boys. You know, anything could have happened to us. You know, because they're all involved with it. They're all into the occult. You know, the motherfuckers eating fucking biting bats off, heads off fucking, I don't know, dude. So the whole rock music, and then Professor Griff being a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Public Enemy of the whole group. Dude, you're the Rock and Roll Hall of Hell. That's where you're from, dude. So everywhere Griff goes, nigga, he's carrying hell around with him. You fucking get involved with Griff? Sorry, man, it's finished. It's finished for you. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's tainted with the industry. You can't let it go. You can't let it go. Like I said, I don't know if that nigga's right side of the deal with Public Enemy, but you're tainted already with the industry. Rock and Roll Hall of Hell. You know? That's where you belong, dude. Sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? You got your success and everything from it. Now you're doing lectures going against it. Dude, you know, and it's funny now, you know, because we all thought behind Professor Griff or I thought, behind Professor Griff, that everybody would forget about fucking Bambaataa. You know, people, wake up and see what the fuck's going on, you know. But anyway, I put 1 and 2 together and I thought, okay, then Bambaataa a bit of time. Now the focus is on Griff. Or has Griff now decided, well, I've got to fucking step in, otherwise I'm going to lose my life, man. I've got to step in somehow and survive. So now Professor Smalls has involved himself because he's the one that took the picture of Xavier Johnson and Griff together at a meeting, at a lecture. So this is all fucked up. This is what I'm talking about, time. And, you know, going back in time and everything else, and time shifting to where we are now. You know what I'm saying? And it's unbelievable. You know, we've heard KRS, I've heard KRS in a video saying, England is England is my place. And England, nigga, that's your refuge, motherfucker. That's where you're trying to hide under a rock. And you might be protected. You know, you could run to the BBC. Because fucking your buddy or your partner ran to Fox. Maybe you'll run to the BBC. You know, maybe we'll see you on hear you on Tim Westwood's show, but I don't even partake anymore. You know, big up Tim Westwood. You know, Def Jam, send me that plaque. It's all good. I've got it here. It's right here. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Courtesy of the fucking BBC and Tim Westwood. You know? Rhyme times. So, yeah, that was my brief involvement with the music industry. It wasn't that involvement, man. It was a talent show that I made good at. And so I got my joint played 2 weeks in a row. You know, but on the same forum, we're hearing this discussion between Tim Westwood and KRS1 as to whether the BBC supports hip-hop or it's just part of a government corporation riding on the back of hip-hop artists like himself, which he said in the interview. You know, and I can play a clip of that because I took that and made my own thing out of it. So anyway, this is just an emergency update. I got to block out now, man. You know, eat some food and shit, smoke weed,
I mean, we needed this. We needed this. There are those that are out there. We are aware that many people have concerns about the history of hip-hop, the history that I'm teaching, the history that others are teaching as well. Some people are concerned also about the father of hip-hop, the godfather of hip-hop. The Afrika Bambaataa is a little more complex than the history that's out there. Taking nothing away from anybody else, Afrika Bambaataa has set down the elements of hip-hop, the original 4 elements of hip-hop, or should I say, breaking, MCing, graffiti, or DJing, knowledge, and overstanding. And I kind of rushed through that.
Bachelorettes I get is also with the youth in Tibet. We down with hip hop. They're not Buddhists in particular. Their tradition is that, but they're not really trying to check for that war. Same thing with Croatia. I get letters. It's a mad hip hop scene in Croatia.
I don't run in the mill of my drill 'em. I got ridiculous rhythm. None of my styles you can get with them. Still will your crew come get some so I can.
Then maybe you should pay more attention then to the way the audience feels about you. You take me out of the equation. I'm going then, let's go to another conversation because I talk to the people. And the people are saying something that we are not saying here right now. The people are saying something totally different. They're very critical of you in your position. You know that. No matter what you do.
Well, all right, let me break that down then. Like, boom, it's, when you say the people, who is the people you're talking about? Like the man you roll with tonight, like, you know, big up Max and Dave. I've got nothing but respect and love.
No, not Max and Dave. Max and Dave got mad respect for you.
Whatever. But I'm just saying, like, no, there is no disrespect like that because, like, boom. Nah, man.
No, I'm talking about the people. When I come here, you know where I just came from? Brixton.
Right.
I was just in Brixton. I had some fish and rice.
Right.
And I talked to the people, and the people are looking at this station like, you know, what's up, man? They not representing real hip hop. What's up? And I'm like, you know, I represent the people. I don't stand with Radio 1. I stand with the people. And what I'm saying to you is the
truth. So are you saying what the people like aren't feeling the station for the playlist, or aren't feeling the rap show?
Aren't feeling the station for the playlist, but also in particular, though, Tim, you should pay more attention to the way people feel about you in particular. What do you mean?
When did you arrive here? Yesterday?
About
all right, so you arrived yesterday.
Sure.
And you haven't been here for 6 years.
No, I've been here.
When was the last time you was here?
I'm always here. I'm always here. See, you're concentrating on the physical.
No.
I'm always here. I always get information. I've been getting information on the UK. Matter of fact, I get world information from the time I started. It's not a matter of me being here. It's a matter of me getting information. You know, I hear what's going on. I keep my ear tuned to the streets constantly. And what I'm saying to you, and it's not a critique, it's not my critique of you, it's the critique of you.
We ain't got time for that, but we could do that. Yo, Chris, I could come to New York and I could hang out with, like, yo, I don't know, maybe I could hang out with Magic, who I used to know. And they go, yo, KRS1 this and that and this. Hang out with the next man who's, you know, the next little crab man who's, like, you know, feeling, like, disadvantaged to what you've got, feeling the envy because of what you've got, envious of whatever. And I could come back and say, yo, KRS1 ain't all of that. The people said this. So, and who am I to say that? If I'm just in New York, haven't been there for 6 years, and I've been there for 30 hours, and like, yo, KRS1, I'm just being on the real.
Sure.
Who has really been your point of contact since you've been in the UK? What have you been doing all day, every day since you've been here, like yesterday and today, speaking to the press? Now, the press don't love me, man. I don't do with that record because...
Did for me?
No, did for you with record sales, Chris.
They didn't do nothing for me.
Well, this station helped you sell mad records.
No, this station heard a hit and jumped on it so they could get more listeners. That's the truth. You know this game, Tim. Come on.
Yo, but that's all good.
But that's not what you just said. Nah, Tim, let's get the truth going now. No, I put out 3 other albums that this station ignored.
No. Check it. I wasn't here at this station when you put those 3 other albums.
Well, this is what I'm saying, Tim.
I wasn't here.
But this is what I'm saying. The idiom that you're coming through is obviously making you dirty.
No way, Chris.
Let me put it to you this way.
No way, Chris.
Let me put it this way then.
No. I've got to check you on that. Of all stations, you cannot say that about this station. You cannot say that.
When they ignore my music for 4 years, I can't say that?
No, Chris.
And now I'm here only because I got a pop hit out? Recognize truth, God. Recognize truth. Tim, come on, recognize truth, God. Tim, come on. Nah, Tim, come on, recognize truth, God. Hip-hop is perfect. And if you don't represent hip-hop, you don't represent KRS1.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much. Get out the door.
Wes is wild. Tim, this is a great conversation.
It's been mad nice to see you again.
Listen, let me just say this, though. I come back September 7th.
Okay.